A protest at a conference in Jakarta, marking World Press Freedom Day, demanding the release of Al Jazeera journalist Mahmoud Hussein. He's been detained in Egypt for more than 4 months without trial.
As just speaking or as just telling.
This investigative journalist from Ghana hides his identity because of his undercover work and increasing threats against journalists. Al Jazeera, together with other media organizations, has written an international declaration on the protection of journalists.
And we're hoping to, with our media partners, to take this to the United Nations so that it may be taken to the General Assembly and formalized as a United Nations declaration. So to give it some teeth and to make it, to really codify it in international law.
Governments would be expected to ratify the declaration, but 2 days before World Press Freedom Day, a journalist in the Indonesian region of Papua was beaten and detained while covering a story.
While Indonesia is hosting World Press Freedom Day, there's one topic that can't be discussed: press freedom in Papua. And that's why these protesters are demanding the government to give full access to journalists and lift what they describe as a media blackout in Indonesia's most eastern region.
People around the world don't know what is happening in Papua. The lack of access confirms the assumption of people that Indonesia is doing something bad there that needs to be hidden.
While covering protests by Papuans, often journalists face intimidation. During this protest in December 2015, undercover police forced me to delete a video I took of a colleague being beaten by police. While journalists in Indonesia enjoy more freedom than some of their colleagues elsewhere in Asia, the Indonesian Journalists Association says violent incidents have doubled in the past 2 years and media access to Papua remains limited.
For me, it depends on what you want to do in Papua. Do you want to report about something good or something bad? If you are looking for facts, we can hook you up with the Home Affairs Ministry. They have people around the country. We can ask them to guard you.
Censorship remains a threat to journalists. Reporters are still being jailed and attacked. Now, the industry also has to combat fake news on social media. As World Press Freedom Day in Jakarta highlighted, one thing that can help save journalism is good journalism. Vaessen, Al Jazeera, Jakarta.